Welcome to Women Talk. I'm Joyce. It's been said that women talk about everything, anything, anytime, and anywhere. I was standing online waiting to vote, and I overheard two women in front of me discussing the mechanics of voting. One complained that gerrymandering moved her polling site a distance from her home. The other sympathized but changed the conversation to the candidates. She began to complain her husband did not agree with her choices. Then they began to share the issues that were on the ballot. By the time one was called to the voting machine, they had already shared their family's views on the election, whose house needed repairs, and even the name and phone numbers of good economical contractors. Welcome to Women Talk. Today's guests represent three generations: the silent generation, the millennials, and Gen Z. And if I add myself, making it four, a boomer. So let's meet them. Judy.
Hello. Good morning.
Would you like to share who you are, Judy?
Okay, yes, I would like to share. I belong to the senior center here for 2.5 years since I moved to Piscataway. And before that, I lived most of my adult life in South Jersey, not so far away. And I was a teacher for many years in Willingboro Township. I taught high school and I taught junior high as well. And in both cases, I taught reading to kids who had failed the tests that New Jersey gives in April. Okay. And so they had to take a class with Mrs. Isaacs. And that's what I did in my working life.
Thank you. Sonia, tell me about yourself.
So I am a millennial. I currently live in Jersey. I'm actually a New Yorker. So I actually moved here for opportunities, actually. So like I say, Jersey is a place of opportunities. I am also a project manager now, so I manage multiple projects for one of the biggest hospitals also in New Jersey as well.
Okay, thank you. Aubrey.
I am a senior at Scotch Plain Stanwood High School. I play soccer and I have the honor of playing at the University of Mount St. Vincent. I am planning to study biology and hopefully become a PA.
All right. So let me share some information about the generations that are represented here. Just a bit. I'm going to talk a bit about the silent generation. These were the folks born between 1928 and 1945. They have also been called post-war babies or traditionalists. This group of people grew up between the post-war era and the economic depression that was taking place in this country. It is said that they sought stability, they worked hard, and they thrived by not rocking the boat. Henceforth, the name, the silent generation. And then they're followed by the boomers. These individuals, we were born between 1946 and 1964. And we loved to participate in anti-war demonstrations. We were big about boycotting and protesting for civil rights and freedom. Then the millennials, between 1980 and 1986, they gave rise to the digital age. Dr. Google says they are business-minded, they love success, and they love being in charge. And then let's not forget Gen Z, born between 1997 and 2012. They shaped our culture with this social media that everybody is on. And they also enhanced the digital world. Well, ladies, let me ask you guys some questions. I think about sports. And what was the sport that was the thing when you were growing up, Judy?
Probably baseball. When I was in elementary school, they actually let us bring in a radio and listen to the the World Series, right? Wow. They let us listen, yes, every day that the World Series was on. School ended at 3, so I don't know if we saw the whole, excuse me, we didn't see anything, if we heard the whole thing, but we were allowed to listen to like the first half hour before school ended. That baseball was such a big thing in the country in general and in my neighborhood. And in PS 91, the Bronx, where I went to school.
All right. Sonia, what was the sport of your time that you remember?
So for me individually, I was, basketball and swimming. But for the time period, I want to say, what is it? I was in 2nd grade. This was when the Mets versus Yankees, the World Series. And it was a big thing. And it was called, I believe it was called the A-line or something like that. So baseball was such a big thing, especially, with the Mets and Yankees. Those are the rivals in New York.
So Aubrey, I'm watching you screw up your face. What's your sport?
Obviously soccer is a big one in my town. That's something you play when you're younger and you just grow up doing in college. Basketball's been pretty common, and definitely football. Football's been a major sport in our community.
I probably can agree with Judy. It was baseball. Football was, I think, for me, just showing its head during my time. But baseball was everywhere. Everybody always wanted to get tickets to go see the baseball games, and
they were cheap.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, you paid 25 cents to see a baseball game at Yankee Stadium.
Did you have to sit in the bleachers?
It's been a long time since I've been in the Bronx, frankly.
That's the only thing I dislike. We had to sit in the bleachers. So for you guys who don't know what the bleachers are, it meant that you didn't have any overhead covering and you sat there in the sun and you could bake, while watching the game. So that was one of the reasons that I was never crazy about baseball, but we played it. As a young person, we played it because that and hopscotch, I guess, for girls.
We called it potsy in the Bronx.
See?
It's the only part of the world that hopscotch is called potsy, yeah.
But I grew up in the Bronx.
You never heard potsy?
I probably never paid attention to it. We just said, let's play. Okay. All right. Did you play that sport, Sonia?
Baseball, no.
Okay. Basketball?
Yes.
Okay.
So certain sports, my mom was very open to me playing, and certain sports she was not open to me playing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It was more of a women don't play certain.
Don't do this.
Yeah, women don't play male-dominated sports because they are for men.
Wow, has time changed. Aubrey, you've played soccer. Have you played any other sports?
I played basketball, and I played lacrosse.
Okay, lacrosse. See, that wasn't even heard of. That was something that took place in the UK.
Yeah, lacrosse. One of my grandchildren played lacrosse. To me, it was a fascinating game. You're running, you're looking over your shoulder, and you're trying to catch a ball with a net. I mean, to me, that would take 3 arms, not 2. But
how long did you play lacrosse?
For 2 years.
Wow.
It was
it's a great
short-lived.
sport.
Wow, that's sporty.
Good for you.
That's sporty. I have another question. And my question is writing. See, because I met someone when I said cursive writing, and they looked at me strange. Okay?
Right. No cursing anymore, right?
So did you do cursive writing in school?
Yeah, in 3rd grade, and that was it. We didn't learn cursive. At 4th, 5th, we stopped. I just know how to write my name.
Wow. Judy.
Well, back in the day, we taught cursive in 3rd grade. The kids who went to Catholic school learned it in the 2nd grade. I remember they told me. So we did it in the 3rd grade, 4th, 5th, and 6th. And on my report card in the 6th grade for handwriting, I got a D. And I hardly ever got Ds. I was a good student. But I had a bad handwriting, and I was so relieved because never after the 6th grade did you practice handwriting.
Sonia?
Same thing. I learned it in 3rd grade, and sometimes I just write scripts whenever, but you stop at some point. Now everything's on a computer.
It must have been my time in school because we would have hours where they would have us write just the letter S. You can write it 100 times. I think the teacher wanted to take a break, and so she would have the whole class write S, and then sometimes you'd have to do your name, and that would be 100 times. That would be homework. Write your name 100 times in script, in cursive. I call it cursive writing. And so I now understand why folks don't understand cursive, and you can use the computer to
Right.
sign your name. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I still am shocked when I hear someone saying, I said to someone, just sign your name. And they go, I have no idea how to do that. You can still sign your name in cursive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Just
For
curious.
important documents, yes.
Okay. But important documents, even that, they have you.
They write you print and script.
Yeah.
Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. Judy, do you do that a lot
Right?
in script?
I write very often because I send birthday cards to my grandkids and my kids, and anniversary cards and Christmas cards, and I always write a message in it. And it's so rare to get a written message. Even in a Christmas card, most people just say, "Love Jane" or something. That my grandkids, not my kids, but my grandkids say that they save my letters and my cards because it's like you're getting something unusual. Of all your mail, there's something that's written in a pen on an envelope. It's becoming, again, I'm getting to be famous in a small way.
See, my mom had a beautiful handwriting, and so I have all of her stuff. Because I used to marvel at the fact that her cursive writing was so beautiful. It was like almost like hearing a song. She could just make it look so easy. I was horrible at it, and thank goodness we didn't have to get graded on writing, on whether we could do cursive or script.
Right.
Thank goodness we didn't have to do that because my handwriting is terrible. But I like Judy, I like to write something in a card. I do not like to just send the card and sign my name. I like to have, you're laughing. Why are you laughing?
Because I just sign my name. Like, unless I'm close with you, otherwise you just get like from Aubrey. Happy birthday.
I like to write in a card. I actually tend to write on the whole entire card.
Okay.
But I don't keep the card. I just like, if there's something in it, I'll take it. And if it's like a cute message, I'll read it, but then I'll just like throw it away.
If you get a card from your grandmother, you should save it.
No, I was gonna say I keep my cards.
You keep your cards?
I keep my card. Well, I'm one of those that I keep memorable moments. So cards are memorable moments, concert tickets, baseball games.
Oh my
I
gosh.
keep all that in case I want to compare it to how it is then to now.
You know,
as
I guess that is something to compare. I didn't think about that. I just see it as junk at a certain time. I mean, one or two things. Like I kept my mother's books, but I didn't keep everything she wrote. But I kept those main things, and particularly those things that were sentimental. You want to keep that, and then you also keep the script. And what's amazing to me is that the ink is still, it still lasts.
Yeah,
And
of
I can
course.
still read it. It didn't fade.
No, it's not exposed to light. If it's a card, it's closed.
Yeah. So that was something that I do. Stop throwing away and learn to write something when you give somebody a card. Cards are sentimental. That's the
are.
whole purpose of giving the card. Else I can say, here.
Yeah.
And so I have another question to ask you guys. And that is about dress. Because Judy has on slacks, I have on slacks, Aubrey is wearing slacks, Sonia is in what we called back then ladylike wearing a skirt. Okay? So, Judy, you didn't always wear pants, did you?
No, and I can remember when Many years ago, there was a debate among the ladies in the days when we went to a synagogue. You think it's okay to wear slacks to synagogue?
Okay.
And in those days, also, no matter what house of worship you ever went into, you covered at least part of your hair.
I agree with that. I had to cover my head, and my mother would never let us wear slacks, so that was even out. I think I was almost an adult before I could even wear jeans, okay? But we could not, that was totally off, okay? You wore a dress or a skirt every day. Okay?
7 days a week.
You got it. You got it. And then when they came out with culottes, that was about as close as you got to wearing something that was comfortable.
Capri pants.
Yeah, or the capri pants.
Yeah.
Sonia,
So
you always wear a dress or do you wear slacks?
So for work, depending on what I'm doing today, right? So for example, today I'm interviewing people for a job position, so I come very corporate, dressed like. Now, days that we have, like I'm just in meetings, then I would put on slacks, but it's rare. Actually, for me, I do more dresses. I feel like dresses tend to be more corporate and more commands the room, right? Because I think it's a clean look for a woman, especially in meetings and everything. But when I was younger, my mom would always have me in those, what's it called, the windbreaker pants?
The who?
The windbreaker pants, the swish
Those
pants.
the big legs?
With the swish. You know what I'm talking about?
Swish. No, I don't.
No. So we used to wear uniform back in, I used to go to PS2, but my mom liked the uniform look. So she would have me in uniform, and then on days that are like gym time or like field days, she'll have me in these swish pants, which I love to this day.
Are they the wide leg pants?
They're they're sporty pants, but and they make sounds when you walk, and it's like a swish sound. You know what I'm talking about?
I see. It's probably like a nylon.
Like a windbreaker. I would say windbreaker pants.
Okay, nylon.
And it had like the top and bottom, like the jacket with the
Swish.
I call them swish pants because they make the sound every time you walk. It's a swish.
They do make noise.
She's remembering when she was 10.
Yeah.
No, that was more when I was 6.
Oh, see,
6,
that's
7,
why she said
8,
swish. Yeah.
Aubrey, you always wear pants?
Oh yeah, yes. I don't like dresses or skirts. Like I will wear one, it's just not my thing. So like in school we don't have uniforms, so like I'll either wear leggings, sweatpants, or like my cargo pants. But like that's mainly like the style for girls now is like the cargo pants. Some girls dress more on the tomboyish side instead of dressing very girlish. So that's like in my school, you either see a girl in like a crop top or like
a crop top.
Yeah.
Shows a bit of your midriff.
Yeah, a crop top and like jeans, or some girls are all in like a sweatpants hoodie combo, leggings hoodie, or like cargos. It's never, you don't see girls in dresses or skirts, like rarely.
Unbelievable.
That's the streetwear. Well, the streetwear style. They actually that's like my other side. On my days off, I would do depends the jeans with the sneakers. There'll be some type of, oh my God, I don't want to say this, but some type of Jordans.
Yes.
Because that's like the style, especially if you have the ones. For those that know, I know you know what I'm talking about. You have the ones, you have the dunks, and that's like
dunks.
It's like low top of these.
Yeah. That's a style.
That's a low sneaker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's a streetwear style. So streetwear tends to be what's in a lot always, especially within New York, New Jersey, I would always say.
In my school, people wear pajama bottoms.
Oh yeah,
that's a big thing. Sometimes I'll wear like pajama bottoms to school, and mom's always on me about, well, you're not there to be comfortable, you're there to learn. But at the same time, I'd rather be comfortable to learn.
Unbelievable.
But there's multiple kids that like come in like in pajamas, like Uggs, like half it's bad. I haven't gone that far yet.
I hope you don't.
I don't.
I hope you don't.
I've seen people in pajama bottoms, and it just drives me crazy to see them like that. I mean, why bother to even take a shower if you're going to get up and just walk around in your pajama bottoms?
Yeah, no.
And even, oh my goodness. And when I worked, I wore, like you, Sonia, I stayed in a suit or a dress. I don't think I ever wore slacks to work, okay? I stayed in a suit or a dress. It just wasn't
too.
there, you know?
I had a whole bunch of skirt suits and
That's right.
spike heels, and I dressed up a lot to school.
Did you wear gloves?
I wore gloves until about 1965, yes.
See, what you guys don't know, that was the way you went to work.
Oh, that's the
You
classy
wore
look.
gloves.
Yeah.
And when I
you
went to a
dressed.
job interview, I wore my mother's hat, so I didn't own a hat.
See?
We were in the moving around generation.
See? Yep, we had to wear gloves. I used to marvel at people before we moved to a house. I used to watch the women going to work, and everybody would have on a pair of the white gloves, and they'd be in their little
When I was a little girl, everybody who went to work that wasn't in a factory, a lady wore a hat with a little piece of veil, white gloves, and a skirt suit, and medium or high heels, yeah. That's how people went to work in an office in my neighborhood, yes.
Very interesting, very interesting. Do you remember how your mom dressed when you were?
So my mom had more of her own business, and again, so here's something else. I'm first generation American, so my mom came here. She didn't have the office jobs, so she used to clean the post office.
Okay.
She would do newspaper routes at 4 a.m. She had her own business with selling empanadas and tamales, you know, and that's how I was raised. I was raised in the sense of I see my mom work hard.
Okay, okay.
I mean, my mom's a teacher, so I see her wear something like what you would wear. It's very
What is this something like I would wear, like slacks?
like she wears like jeans.
See?
Sometimes I guess slacks. I guess those are those called. Sometimes a nice top or like a T-shirt that has like witty comments on it, for like teachers.
Very interesting.
Yeah, that's really.
Where did she teach?
Somerset.
And what grade?
Sixth grade, yeah. Sixth grade.
So today teachers, I guess, dress similar to their students.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
I mean, the guys are still in like, they're in a nice like polo.
So the men are still in polo shirts.
Yeah, but the girls are
Interesting.
kind of just like, whatever.
Whatever. Wow. Okay, so we are coming to the end, ladies. I am just enjoying these conversations, and I have so many more questions. Time doesn't allow me to go even much further, but it's interesting that you guys are here, and it's interesting that we got the generations, because it's also the end of Women's Month. So I hope you guys were treated special during Women's Month by somebody, because guess what? They will forget as of April 1 that it was ever a whole month celebrating women. So I want to say this conversation has been stimulating and enlightening, and wow. I would love to do this again because I have so many other questions floating around in my head. I am having a difficult time ending. But I'd like to thank our viewers and the Piscataway TV crew, and to our viewers and to our participants here today. I thank you. And if you have a topic you'd like to hear or wish to be a participant, send me an email. colesj7@gmail.com, or you can call me 848-264-6735. But always remember, women talk about everything, anything, anytime, and anywhere. So I thank you, ladies, so
Thank you.
much
Thank you.
for just coming on out and being part of the show. I am having this conversation with you because if you have a topic for me, I would love to